Attorney Michael Hart.
All right. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the National Action Network and our weekly Saturday rally here at the legendary House of Justice Auditorium. Our president and founder is the Honorable Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton. I'm Michael Hardy, and we're coming to you live and direct from the legendary House of Justice Auditorium, where the sound of justice is constantly proclaimed. Our headquarters are located at 1941 Madison Avenue in the village of Harlem. Today's theme is justice in the music industry, and our keynote speaker will be the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton would like to thank you for your diligence, your commitment, the support you have shown, which is so greatly appreciated, because it is you, the people, that make these action rallies, and no two rallies are ever the same, so you cannot afford to miss these meetings. And not only do we have people from the community, but we have people from all over the globe. And as we say every week, you never know who's going to walk through the doors of the National Action Network. And today, we are expecting our brother, Michael Jackson. And he is en route and will make a special appearance with Reverend Sharpton. Of course, we are in a new month, and a new month brings new birthdays. So we want you to look at your program. We want to give a hand to all of the July birthdays. And of course, there are some special people in our community that have birthdays this month. And one of them, of course, is one of my mentors and my brother, attorney at war, Alton Maddox. Someone who's been very close to us, Sister Karima Muhammad has her birthday this month. Of course, our brother, long time with us, our brother Anthony Charles has his birthday this month. Now, I'll get in trouble if I read any more, but of course, yours truly had his birthday this month. July 2nd. All right, we want to remind everyone that the Political Action Committee will present its bi-monthly Black Film Series in Black Orpheus, which will be shown on the 19th. And of course, we have the annual expo that is coming up on the weekend of July 7th. So we want to remind everybody about that. We'll hear more about that later. And of course, the National Youth and Student Move will be hosting an open mic on the hip-hop generation and reparations on Saturday, August 3rd at 6 p.m. at the House of Justice Auditorium. And so we have a lot that will be coming up for you in the next couple of weeks. We want to bring to you now, as we get ready to go, our own musical wonders, and that is our National Action Network Choir. Let's give them a hand.
Standing and wondering which way to go. So much confusion in this world below. Our suffering driven from door to door.
our brother and state senator, David Paterson.
Good morning. Now, I went to the movies once and I saw the movie Malcolm X. And in the movie I saw the gentleman sitting to my right. He was in that movie. I've seen him in a number of different television programs. I've seen him host shows. I've seen him in all aspects of entertainment, but I've never known him to ever make a record or a CD. But I will tell you that his songs go platinum in this community every year. Because he is the one who will take on any struggle, anytime, anywhere. He is the one who we all have to be thankful do this, because without him, really, I have to tell him I don't know what we would do. And we found out last summer when he spent the summer in jail. And mere mortals like me had to get up here and try to think of something to say to you all every week. We are so honored that this individual has decided that what he has done here in Harlem, he can do for the Harlems all around this country. And he's thinking about getting even some other communities involved to try to change our national policy to build a viable national movement that would be directed in receiving economic, political, and social justice for all people in this country. So when you celebrate July 4th, you really should pause for a moment to thank Reverend Al Sharpton, because if he ever got to a decision-making capacity in this country, then these platitudes about the land of the free and the home of the brave and the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, they're fighting over whether or not they should have under God in the Pledge of Allegiance. I've always thought the part they should really talk about is where they should have liberty and justice for all. That's the part of the Pledge of Allegiance. But here's someone who can do it. And without any further ado, I want to bring our leader, our president of the network, and our president, eventually, of all the networks, the Reverend Alfred C. Sharpton.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! Hug the person next to you and tell me you love him. Certainly we're happy to be here for our Saturday morning action rally. For you that are listening live on the radio, in your homes, in your cars, and in your places of business. And for you that are here live in the House of Justice auditorium, we're happy to be here at the end of another very active and productive week, and on our way into more activity. And as stated, today we are going to begin the week that will deal with the music industry initiative that we are starting here with National Action Network. On Tuesday we will convene here, 11 o'clock, Attorney Johnny Cochran and I. And today, as part of that, en route here right now is Michael Jackson, who is going to be part of that. I'm going to lay that out in some detail this morning. If you are listening, call somebody. I know some of y'all have barbecue in your ear. But clean the barbecue sauce out, because this is business as usual at the House of Justice. Someone said to me, don't y'all take off holidays? No. They sell records every day. They sell CDs every day. Therefore, we can hold them accountable every day. Justice should never take a holiday. Last year this time, I was in jail for Vacres. They didn't let me go home for the holiday. They didn't say it's the 4th of July, go home and come back the 5th. You had to keep doing your time. So I'm going to keep doing mine in the streets. I want to join the salutes of birthdays and good wishes, but I want to also inform you that Attorney Michael Hardy, who has moderated and shared the program, had a birthday on the 2nd of July himself. Stand up, Michael. Give him a big hand. Attorney Michael A. Hardy. And I think at his age, he's getting along well. And we wish him a happy birthday. I want to thank Senator Patterson for being here this morning. As we start in this music initiative, we are going to bring this in areas and dimensions that have not been in the past even used. James M. Tume, who is a Grammy Award winning artist, and who is also, come on up, Councilman Davis, have a seat right here, come. I think that we need to, and we're going to be laying this out Tuesday, but some of it I'm going to lay out today. We need to call public hearings on what is going on, because it is clear to me that there are issues that have not been dealt with to protect the public as well as the artists. The first thing you must understand is that if the artists are being mistreated, the public is being mistreated. We buy records to hear the artists. We don't buy records to support the record company. And they act as though your money is set up for the industry rather than for the artists. Anytime you have the opposite effect and the results are not in any way treated the way that it ought to be, then we have a responsibility to deal with what's going on with our money. You know, I think one of the things that is so arrogant is that people act like they can take our money and do what they want. And people can say whatever they want. We want to do what we want to do, fine. But we will decide what we want to do with our money. And if we decide that we don't want to spend our money where we are disrespected or disregarded, then we are not going to spend our money. It might make you spend your money if you're not respected and regarded in the way you should be. Am I right? So I think that the first point that we want to give is that we want to make it clear that this will be a consumer movement. Secondly, I think that we want to make it clear that our public officials from Washington and Albany and New York can have public hearings and have record companies come in front of them, swear them in, and ask serious questions. Why? Because we're dealing with trade. It's a real commentary to me that you are seeing all of these major corporations implode or explode, and no one doing anything about it, yet they have no problems in our community dealing with anybody that does anything wrong, and they should. What do I mean by that? If you steal in the community, you ought to go to jail. But if you steal at Enron or WorldCom, you ought to go to jail. You have people right now riding all morning to go to a jail to see a young man, a young woman who's there for snatching a pocketbook, and they shouldn't, and they ought to pay for it. But nobody has paid a dime worth of time for the billions of dollars that have been ripped off, the lives disrupted, the retirements that's disrupted, life earnings gone. Nobody yet has spent any time. Now we even hear allegations They go all the way to the White House about whether there was knowledge that was used to make a whole lot of money. I think that we've got to fight to make equal justice not a slogan, but a reality. And if we don't fight, who's going to fight? If we don't stand up, who's going to stand up? We continue to wait on others to do what we must do for ourselves. And I think that the leaders and the persons that we keep waiting on are us. And Truman said that on the air every Sunday, and I agree with that. That let's quit waiting on somebody to come out the horizon on a horse. You are the person you've been waiting on. The greatest leaders that we've had came from the people out. They were not sent from somewhere else to the people. Because first of all, they understand the pain the people feel. They understand the needs of the people. They understand the heartbeat of the people. They don't understand what is needed by the people or the sensitivity of the people. You can't lead what you don't know yourself. And imposed leadership is not leadership at all. It's imposed stewardship. They just make you ghetto stewards, ghetto guardians. I'm in charge of this district. I'm in charge of this area. I want Rita Carlo, before I get into my message, to come quickly and give us a selection. Give Sister Rita a hand.
I didn't do it earlier, but I will take this opportunity now because we got a full house, a lot of new faces, so. You can make out your check for 1 year membership to the National Action Network, $25, and send it to 1941 Madison Avenue, New York, New York 1035. And if you really believe in moving forward and doing all that you have to do in your lifetime, then you can become a lifetime member of the National Action Network for $500. And of course, you would send that to the same address, 1941 Madison Avenue, New York, New York 1035. And membership is very important because, as you know, and I see a couple of y'all standing, but it ain't that hot in here today because the air conditioning is running and you all are comfortable, and of course it takes money to do that. So your membership is appreciated because it helps us to do what we have to do in order to keep things moving forward. And it's important. I mean, many of us think about what we do every day, and there's nothing more important than to get up in the morning and think about how you can help your community, what you need to do today to help your community. And you can do that by becoming a member of the network, because we are out there, our members are out there every day trying to make right what is wrong. And we want to do that and stay focused. So your memberships are welcome. Let me bring to you now, very briefly and for some very brief words, our brother, someone who is becoming very, very close to the National Action Network, the Honorable Dr. Roberto Ramirez.
Thank you, Michael. I heard you were going to be here, so I figured I might as well show up. Has nothing to do with Michael Jackson, I want you to know. But he's here, so that's okay too. Actually, the Reverend is absolutely right. The harder it gets, the harder we have to work. And it doesn't matter what part of our lives it is, whether it's Vieques, or racial profiling, of the music industry, or jobs. I think that the time has to come where we don't take a day off, where every day is a working day, because no one ever stops working when you know that the cause is righteous and it's justice. And I just want to leave with a final thought. I was talking to the Reverend the other day, and there was a newspaper that had a list of every single CEO that has stolen pensions from their workers, and it was about $65 billion in dollars that have been lost. And I want to be here, I want to come back the day that the Congress of the United States, the President, and this country decides that those people also need to go to jail. Because what they have done is that they have stolen the future of our employees, and the time has to come when justice is equal for everybody, not just for some people. So that if you steal in the street or you steal on Wall Street, you need to pay a price. You can't have two standards, one for those who make a lot of money and those who make no money. If you steal, you steal. It does not matter what your name is, whether your name is Sharpton, Ramirez, or Libby. It does not matter. You steal, you ought to go to jail, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
All right. Our brother Roberto Ramirez. And you know, you see, he's been coming to the network so much that he done got your spirit. He got the soul and nostalgia. All right. I'm going to bring for some very brief comments also our brother, new councilman, Brother James Davis.
Thank you, Brother Michael. And now I'm just going to be very brief after I acknowledge Reverend Al Sharpton and the National Action Network. Now, watch what I do. And if you steal, we're going to pick up right where he was at. And if you steal, regardless, stealing is wrong. Poor, rich, black, white, stealing is wrong. we acknowledge all of you. We love you. We're here. We're standing by your side. We're going to have hearings. We're standing 100% with Reverend Al Sharpton. Stay tuned. They're coming in. God bless you.
All right. How many of y'all grew up with the Jackson 5? Yeah, David said I was already grown up, but I think he was a little ahead of me. But many of us remember, I know that I learned how to do my steps between two people, and that was Jackson 5 and James Brown. I think that's why I ended up at the network with Reverend Sharpton. But we are happy today to begin this initiative and this fight and this struggle. And it's important because it is the work and the foundation that we have laid to make it possible. And when people look now to, as I said, to right the wrongs, they have to look at the National Action Network, and that is a tribute to yourselves, and you should give yourselves a big hand because you have made this house the house that it is. A lot of work and a lot of sacrifice has gone into that. Every day when I think about the different initiatives that we have been involved in and the sacrifices that we have made, and many of you in this audience have subjected yourself to go to jail for justice, and that is not an easy thing to do. And of course, as you know, we went through a summer last summer for 3 months, almost coming up on a year now, before our leader, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton, was released as a result of making a great sacrifice for a great cause. So this is what we are about, this is why we are about, and this is why it is important that we be about it. Because we've got to do what has to be done. And as Reverend Sharpton just said, we can't look to someone else to ride in on a horse to do it for us. We wake up every day knowing that there is a struggle that we must be involved in, that there is work that must be done, and we try to do it and make sure that we do it the right way, and the just way, and the fair way. And as we wait,
from the press. Let me say this. Let me say this. We're live on the air, so let us. I was telling Michael, what Senator Patterson and others have said this morning, I need you to be quiet. We're on the air. Shh. Everybody, please down. Y'all act like fans rather than press. All right, hold on. Michael Jackson is the hottest selling artist of all time. No one has sold more records in the history of the planet than Michael Jackson. But Michael Jackson said to us, he did not want to just raise the issue of what's happening with him. He said that artists all over the world need people to stand up and protect their rights. And he said, Reverend, if we're going to stand up, if it's for all artists, I'm there. As you know, there's a big rally his fan club is doing this afternoon. But he said, I'm coming to Harlem this morning to meet with community leaders because we want justice in the music industry for all artists. Now there'll be some that say, oh, Michael, are you doing this only because of your situation? Michael came to Harlem 2 months ago for the DNC. Now he comes for his own peers because we discussed it. Kathy and I talked about how we watched James Brown struggle, Little Richard struggle. We've seen artists, black and white and Latino struggle. Somewhere this has to stop. We do not buy records. We do not buy CDs to give money to the company. We buy it to support the artists that we like. And we want the artists to be free. We don't want the companies bigger than the artists. We want the people respected and the stars that we make stars to shine in the galaxy for us. And let me say this. This is the 4th of July weekend. Michael Jackson is an American story. Him and his family rode from Gary, Indiana, to where he's an icon all over the world. Didn't no one give him anything. He sung, he danced, he created, he produced, he spent hours in the studio. No executive did that for him. You do not have the right to take from someone what you didn't put in them. He created where he is. We appreciated it. We didn't hear about Michael when he got to Sony. We knew Michael with ABC when he was in Gary. They got thrilled when he did Thriller. We was already thrilled. We were already off the wall. And we coming off our seats to stand up for justice in the music industry. Well, let me say one more thing. I don't need that loud talking now. We're on the rail. I want people to hear the message. Let me say something. I read one newspaper said, well, the record company saying they're going to wait and put out the best of Michael Jackson. You can't put out the best of Michael Jackson because the best of Michael Jackson is yet to come. He's still creating. He's still innovating. He's still the king. He's still ours and we are still his. Fans all over the world. Thousands came out in London. Thousands will come out in New York. All over the world, we're going to make it clear that our artists should not be paying back things they had no input in. The promotion budgets. James M. Tuway will lay it out. The video budgets. All of this is charged to the artists, yet the artists have no discretion over what to say. So if they want to buy an ad with their friend, Michael can't tell them buy it in Jet Magazine. Because they decide the budget and charge it to the artists. That's why many of these artists have no money at the end of their career. But he wanted to fight while he was on top. So it will help your child not have to fight one day to go through what they've had to go through. Sammy Davis Jr. died broke. His wife had to become a waitress. Michael said, I owe it to Sammy. I owe it to James Brown. I owe it to Little Richard. We're going to stop this once and for all. we're surprised. Why we're surprised? Michael told you years ago he's bad. And we get ready to show how bad we are if we can't get fairness in this industry. I want to say this now. Now, we've had everybody here from the Cardinal, O'Connor to senators and all. But this is a special moment for us. And as we prepare his fan club this afternoon and the summit on Tuesday, we want him to know they're going to write ugly things. Every time Michael did something big, they attacked him. Every time he made another historic move, they tried to scandalize him. When he broke all records, they tried to repudiate him. And they will try to minimize now. But we tell him, don't worry about that. Because the people are with him. And if we stand with him, that is what the entire industry has to depend on. They don't sell the music to each other, they sell it to us. And we must stand up. That's why we're calling for congressional hearings. That's why Senator Patterson said we're having in Albany. That's why Councilman Davis said we're having in New York. Make them come in front of the bodies and explain these contracts, explain these deals, explain how they try to leverage all of these artists of all communities to where the companies make billions and the artists are left at the end of their career with nothing. People say, well, they're rich, they don't need help. No, they are powerful. Their riches are compromised. And that is riches that could elevate our community. So what do you do when you've done all you can? You stand. What do you do when they lie on you? What do you do when they castigate you? What do you do when they denounce you? We want Michael to know that as he and other artists this week stand, we will stand with him. Kathy, George, Johnson.
When you've done all you can, seems like it's never enough. And what do you say when your friends turn away? You're all alone, all alone. Tell me, what do you give when you've given your all? Yeah, seems like you can't make it through. Well, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You just stand, watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand. Tell me, how do you handle the guilt of your past? Tell me, how do you deal with the shame? And how can you smile when your heart has been broken and pain? Tell me, what do you give when you've given your all? Yeah, seems like you can't make it through. Might you just stand when there's nothing left to do? You just stand, watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand and be sure he's not entangled in that bondage again. You just stand and know, 'cause God has a purpose. Yes, God has a plan. Tell me, when it seems like you can't make it through, like you just stand, you just stand. Hey, 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 don't you dare give up through the storm, stand through the rain, through the heartache, stand through the pain. Don't you fight, no, don't you me. Don't give up, no, no, don't you give me. Hold on, just be strong. God will step in, and it won't be long, no, no. After you've done all you can, after you've done all you can, oh my Lord, after you've gone through the hurt, hey, after you've gone through the pain, pray and cry, pray and cry, pray and cry, pray and cry. After you've done all you can, after you've gone through the hurt, you just say,
Captain George.
I know you just
Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Sing for Brother Michael here in Harlem on our way to Salt Lake. We got to fight racism, got to fight oppression. Boycott if we have to. Sing it for Michael. He sang it for us, y'all. We gonna sing for him now. One last time, y'all. Everybody sing. Hands off Michael. Now may I bring you our brother Michael Jackson.
I'm not going to talk too long because we have the demonstration at Sony, as you know. This is very important because throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of. And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice. And like Mrs. Sharpton was saying, people from James Brown to Sammy Davis Jr., some of the real pioneers that inspired me to be the entertainer that I am. These artists are always on tour because if they stopped touring, they would totally go broken. And it's been, the record companies really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Yes, and Sony Tommy-Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish. Yes. So I need your support, not just for me. When you fight for me, you're fighting for all black people. Dead and alive. It seems to me, I really believe it's a conspiracy because the story always ends the same. We pioneer, we innovate. You know, at the end of the story, you know, well, it's not an accident. It's happened on purpose. So we have to put an end to it forever.
Yes, sir.
Love you, thank you.
Give him a hand, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, are you with him? Are we with him? Are we with the artists? Are we going to stop the racism? Now let me say this. People have come to Michael, as I stated earlier, reporting that they were called fat black nigger. This man made racist remarks. There's no way people are going to sit with our money. We're the consumers. They sell their CDs in our communities, and they made billions of dollars. Michael Jackson made billions of dollars for the industry. And now for him to ask for fairness is not controversial, it's no more than right. He does not want you to give your child money to buy his record and he not protect the integrity of your child. He does not want you to spend your money and not be respected by the people that make the profit. Now you may agree or disagree on anything, but we cannot disagree when it comes to our self-respect. This is about our self-respect. This is about our dignity. And if he will stand up, then I believe his community and all communities must stand up. As I stated before, he came a couple of months ago and stood at the Apollo with Bill Clinton and others. Now he stands for artists. I think that we have an obligation to make sure that this is done. Tens and tens of thousands, we must mobilize and move forward. We have Grammy Award winner James Mtume, who, as you know from the morning show at Kiss FM, that will be helping Johnny Cochran. I coordinate this. I want him, before we go off the radio, to have some words.
I'll make this very brief. I want everyone to call everybody you know tomorrow, because we're going to be dealing with this on open line. And there's one thing you have to understand about what Brother Michael is saying. This has been going on forever. There's things that you have to know. We're going to deal with it in depth, but there's not little things, major things. For example, every record company has contracts with a travel agency. Record company people travel all the time, hundreds of millions of dollars. Not one black travel agency is involved. Record companies hire people to do PR for them. Not one black. So you have to understand, not only is it the artist, which Mike was relating to, it is all the peripheral business that goes around the music. And remember, I always tell you, don't watch the puppet, always watch the puppeteer. And what's important about this brother standing up here like this today, first of all, when you come from the top, everything comes with it. What we need was an artist who had the heart and the commitment and the concern for the people. And personally, it's the first time brother and I have met, but you know how I feel about the music industry. It is very powerful. I just want to have my son stand up. This is the next generation. And what Michael is talking about, leaving it open for these brothers and sisters. So we got a big, big task. I want everyone to tune in to Open Line tomorrow. Call everybody. We're going to go after the industry. And you're right, Tommy Mottola is what it is. Nothing.
We're going to bring Michael on out so we get ready for his demonstration. Michael Hardy will take charge. Michael wants to say goodbye.
I love you too. I love you more. I love you more. I just simply want to say that this isn't a new animal. I mean, this has been going on for a long, long time. Did you know that Otis Blackwell, you heard her name, Otis Blackwell? Otis Blackwell wrote most of the Elvis Presley songs. This man died penniless. Yes, and I'll never forget another great story when the Beatles first landed in New York. They did New York Ed Sullivan show, and they were in a press conference for the show. He said, "Hey guys, what kind of music do you listen to? What inspires you to write the songs you write?" And back then they used the word color. They said, "We love the colored music. That's where it comes from." But that isn't just then, it also applies to now. And even more so now. So I want you to be strong and fight for a very important cause, you know? Because the future is very important. And there's a lot of talent out there. I want black people to be an institution, you know? We don't have the institutions that we should have. So please, it's important, okay? So when one is in pain, we all are in pain, okay? So we must put an end to this racism. Racism is bad. Tommy Mottola made some very racist remarks, okay? And you told him already? You want to say it? Well, what he said was, to one of the artists who work at Sony, he has a contract with the company, and he called him a fat black nigger. And I can't deal with that, you know, it's wrong. But just remember also that when an artist break all-time records, and I'm not here to brag, because what I've done in the record industry, I've broken from Elvis to Beatles to this day, Thriller still is the largest selling album of all time. That's right, saved them from bankruptcy. And I made billions of dollars for Sony. And what they did was really terrible. And not just to me, but some of their other artists too. You know, from George Michael to Mariah Carey to, you know, yeah. He has got to go. He has got to be terminated. I want to thank Reverend Al Sharpton. Without you, we couldn't have done this. We're crazy. I love you all very much.
All right, brothers and sisters, the Reverend Al Sharpton and Michael Jackson. All right. Now, I know the press is moving. I need everybody else to stay put. And let them get on out as soon as they make their way out, we're going to want to do